Who am I? I'm Andrew. I'm a human being, born on this planet like you and I. However, I've had an interesting life. I've had a very interesting life. More importantly, what do I stand for? Why am I doing all this? What are you? Are you a joke? Are you sent from up above? Are you the Joker? Are you slow? Are you stupid? Do you have hair? Do you not have hair? All the questions might be answered. But more importantly, here's what's happened. I grew up not confident and worried about everybody else's opinion. I thought that everybody else knew better than me, and I was polite and made sure that everybody's opinion was really respected, that I really helped other people and I supported them, and I was like, you can do it. You can do all these things, all while trying to understand what the hell was going on with my brain. Like, what was going on? I knew that there was something not right. Something was, I looked at the world differently. Like, the world was out there and I was separate from it. And no matter how much I would try and, I guess, get in touch with the world, no matter how much I would try support people, help people, fit in, even if I fit in on the surface, it still didn't feel like I fit in. So what the hell was happening? So I studied the mind, I studied psychology, I studied philosophy, I became a hypnotherapist, I became an NLP practitioner. I started understanding the mind at the very core of it. I started to meditate, yoga, Zen, master everything, while my health was absolutely in the toilet. Fluctuating between 100 and 120 kilos, I decided, you know what? It's probably my health. I knew that, you know what? It's probably because I'm not healthy. So I bought every diet under the sun. I worked out for hours. I fasted. I intermittent fasted. I juice fasted. I water fasted. I ketoed. I didn't keto. I high carbed. I low carbed. I put on muscle. I went to the gym. I did everything. I listened to every recipe. I cooked everything. And none of that made a real permanent change. In fact, every time I'd fail any of those plans or fail to kind of work on myself, I'd then blame myself, not the program. Until I had almost an epiphany. I realized that nobody cares about anyone and anything. A lot of things happen in my life, as you'll figure out to come, to get me here. But I realized that no one cares and everybody is living in their own bubble. In fact, in a very similar bubble to I. We're just worried for a couple of things. A, am I going to survive? As in, am I going to live till tomorrow? Thankfully, in this day and age, if you have a roof over your head, if there's no deadly animals, if there's no snakes, no spiders, unless you're in Australia, you have a home, you have access to food. We have plenty of access to horrible garbage food made cheaply, but it's enough to keep you alive and fuel you to continue to live on. So survival is covered. Once we are happy that we're surviving, we are then out there trying to fit in, making sure that we don't stand out too much. Don't want to stand out too much because we're like pack animals, like a bunch of animals saying, oh, what's Johnny doing there? What's Martha doing there? Oh, Martha and Elizabeth are like that. Maybe I should be more like that. John and Dave said they like that. Maybe I should try that. So we make sure that we fit in. Once we fit in, that adds to our safety. It makes us feel like, okay, now we've got a pack around us, so we're safe. Then we want to find the mate. We want to reproduce. So when we go to reproduce or try and find a mate, we then build something out of ourselves. We say, I'm going to stand out but not too much. I'm going to pave my own path and stand out as an individual this way, but not too much, just to make sure I still fit in. And then we eventually find a mate. Ideally, we find a mate. Ideally, that mate likes us, and they're also in the position that they're looking for a mate. They mate, they procreate, they have a child, they raise the child, and the cycle continues. Why do I tell you all this? It's important to understand that outside all of this, all of this screen that you're watching right now, all this content, all this information, do this, try this, all this marketing, all this, try this, you got to do this, no, do that, outside of all the noise, we are very, very simple beings. A, we want to survive. B, we want to make sure that we have people around us to make sure that we will survive in case we ever fall ill or something happens. And once that's kind of covered, we then want to procreate, bring up that child, watch it grow, and eventually die out. This isn't a bad thing. This shouldn't scare you. But this is at the core of us, who we are as individuals. Nothing less, nothing more. So if that's the case, I realise that everybody is all about themselves. Not a bad thing. I was about myself as well. You are about yourself as well. You're watching this video not for me. You are looking for something that will help you either survive for longer, fit in, stand out so you can find a mate, or any of those three again that I said. You're looking for which area does that fit in. If you're looking for health, you're trying to survive for longer. If your health is pretty good but you want to take it to the next level, you probably want to find an even better mate or have a better lifestyle so you can stand out even more. Or maybe your surroundings pulls to health. Here's the core concept that I came down to. People don't give a shit. Which isn't bad or good. It's just the way it is. If people don't give a shit, why was I afraid of being me? Why was I afraid of saying what is so for me? What is truly my opinion? What is truly my thoughts? What is truly my facts? Because now I have gotten much healthier. I have got discipline. I ended up quitting my job, selling everything I own. I run multiple businesses and I can travel the world for the rest of my life, which I do so currently. And I can do whatever the hell I want and nobody can stop me. I have friends around me. I have warm human beings. My relationship with my family is great. All of this was built. I didn't have any of this. This was manufactured by me. So I knew a lot of stuff. And yet I wasn't willing to share my opinion because I didn't want to stand out too much. Well, that's changed as of 5 weeks ago. I've decided that I'm going to share my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. It is my opinion based on my life circumstances, my knowledge, and everything that I've developed. I'm not saying be like me either. Who gives a shit? The message that I want to try to deliver to you, and hopefully, if you consume enough of this content, I want to drill in one important thing. No one else cares about you other than you. You have had a life unlike anybody else. Nobody else has had the exact same life, watched the exact same things, heard the exact same things, have gone through the exact same struggles. Which means you as an identity are an absolute individual specimen of a wonderment creature. And you need to let that out and shine. Because no one else gives a shit anyway. They're worried about themselves. But what about all the negativity? What about people saying, no, I don't like what you're doing? Okay. What's wrong with that? That's weird if everybody likes you. That's weird. That must mean you're acting. If everybody likes you, that's weird. Right? That's designed. Oh, I just want to be a likable character. Do you? Don't you just want to be you? You don't have to try to be you. You can do you every day of the week. Shabang shabom. You are you. Bang! You can choose right in this moment to be you from here on in for the rest of your life. And guess what? Some people are going to love you. Some people are going to hate you. Some people don't care. Some people won't know that you exist. But at the end of the day, everyone's thinking about themselves anyway. So who am I? I am the message and the embodiment of that you are amazing and you need to be you in whatever way, shape or form that is. Be you unapologetically. Try everything. Fail at everything. And then try again. Don't make it mean a bunch of stuff. Life is short. Be responsible for you. Enjoy your life and be unapologetically you. And let your spirit shine. Because the world's waiting for it. I promise you. But you don't have to take my word for it. Just be you. I know it's scary. But give it a go anyway. I'm Andrew V. Stick around. Because we're going to take over the internet. Because really, the truth hurts. Peace.